Hey everybody, Dylan from Noble Records coming at you with another video. This is the first real heavy rotation I've done on the Heavy Rotations channel. Pretty excited about it. If you're seeing this now and you think you subscribe to me, just make sure. This is my new account. If you stump like the algorithm feeds it to you and you think you follow Noble Records, make sure you follow both accounts, the Noble Records and this one. This is the Heavy Rotations. It's just where I talk about what I'm collecting. So a lot of times on the main channel, people get confused and they're like, can I buy that? So many people call the shop and they're like, hey, can I buy that Fraction Moonblood from you? And I'm like, no, you can't. So this is the channel that I don't care how long the videos are, and I'm just going to go. So I have been behind on posting my new finds, and I've been going off the rails as usual. Gotten into a real big grunge kick here lately. I think I've talked about it a little bit, probably on my last video. I'm going to show you a bunch of killer grunge that has come into my life over the past couple weeks. So in this stack, I've got like a bunch of grunge, some punk, some blues, and then like a bunch of library records. So I got a bunch of library records the other day. So we're going to talk about that, some cool ones. So anyways, but the first one I want to show you, this is called Underground Fire. I've been looking for this record for 6 months to a year, I guess. A good buddy of mine that comes to the shop found this record at a yard sale and was like, I don't know what that is, but it's coming home with me. And he brought it in the shop, we listened to it, and I was blown away. So this is a garage band from Monroe, North Carolina. It is crazy. They're a bunch of kids. Really, really good songs. All original songs, no covers, which is pretty unusual for kids. And this is like late 60s, early 70s. I'm not sure. I can't remember what year it was. But they only did like 100 to 200 copies, something like that. I actually called one of the guys in the band. I found his phone number on Facebook and called him and talked to him about it. And he said he had a copy, but he wasn't willing to sell it. And like, if that's, I was fine with that because it's his. He wanted to be able to hear his own band. But some really good fuzz guitar on here. There's a really super, super long drum solo that I could live without because drum solos suck. But I've been wanting one of these for ever since I heard it. And my friend would not sell it. He's like, this is way too cool. And he finally came off of it and brought it in the shop and sold it to me. So really appreciative of that. But this is a really cool record. I want to post some sound clips on Find This Record. I'll probably post them probably before this video comes up. So go to my Instagram account at Find This Record. That's where I post like sound clips and stuff from a lot of the records I show on these videos if you want to hear them. So this is not a record. It's not on YouTube. It's not anywhere. This is completely unheard, underground fire. So anyways, that's a really cool record. Stoked to have it. So my grunge phase all started probably with Alice in Chains. So I started listening to Alice in Chains pretty heavily a couple months ago, and I've never. Well, I had an original Alice in Chains Dirt back maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, and ended up selling it in one of my purges for whatever reason I needed the money for. So it's gone. I need that one. That's actually the one I need the most is Dirt. But anyways, I really wanted a copy of Jar of Flies. So this one became available, and it had a warp in it. It was on eBay. They had it at a reasonable price, but since it had a warp, I shot them a pretty low offer, and they took it because there was a warp in it. So I got it, threw it on my flattener, and it is like flat, perfect now, absolutely perfect copy. No heat damage, nothing like that. So it's kind of a risk, but it paid off. This is an original first pressing with that timing strip and the hype sticker. Oh my gosh, it's on black vinyl. Really cool. Man, this is perfect shape now that I got the warp out of it. But I'm going to show you the etching. See the etching on there, Alice in Chains. So this is 2 EPs put together. So you've got Jar of Flies, and then you've got Sap put together. But man, Uh, that Rotten Apple. Holy moly, just that intro. Oh man, that's so killer. But this actually sounds incredible. Really good sound quality on this. Thrilled to have it. So I got that on eBay. Was super excited with it. But here's the thing. Before that, I saw this one on Discogs. This is like a UK press on color vinyl. So one of the vinyls is yellowish, goldish, whatever you want to call it. Potato, potato. And the other one is blue. But on this blue one, the etching is a sun like this. Pretty cool. So it's still etched on that last side, but it's a different design. But this is the UK press. And so this was in Greece. And the guy had it for like super cheap. And I was like, well, it'll take a month to get here, but I'll get it. And I ended up getting it for a really good price. And so I was like, yeah, whatever. So I accidentally got them both. So sometimes when you go off the rails, there's no logic. So that's why I have both of those. And I'm not selling either one anytime soon because they're different and they're really, really cool. They have different stickers. So the sticker on this one's really cool. Specially priced limited edition double mini album on colored vinyl. So another one that I've always wanted. I had an original of this 10 years ago, and they weren't going for that much then, so I sold it. I thought I'll get another one at some point, and I haven't seen one since. And that is this Smashing Pumpkins Siamese Dream. Now, I had the reissue, which I sold in the shop this past weekend because I didn't need it anymore because I had an original. So I thought that the originals came in 3 different colors. My initial thought was that they came in purple, like a purple maroonish, pink, like a hot pink kind of ish mix, and then orange. And then, so I thought it came in those 3 colors, the original first press. But that's not the case, actually. The original press is the maroon color, and the second press is the pink, and the third press is the orange. So I got this one night while I was laying in bed, falling asleep. I saw this one pop up on Discogs. It was already up. It didn't pop up. It came to my attention that it was there, and there was a make offer option. So I made a pretty low offer on it. I didn't think I'd get it. Then I was like, oh, that's the orange. So I started doing more research. I'm like, the orange is the third press. I don't want the third press. I want the first press. So then I go and I put an offer on a first press because why not? Wake up the next morning and dadgummit, I want them both. So, But the thing is, this one doesn't have any corner cuts. It's a really killer shape. Phenomenal. I mean, I would say this one is near mint. This one has a corner cut. It's not quite as nice around the edges. There's a little bit of seam splittage, but it's a first press. And they're both not, the vinyl's really nice on both of them. So I'm in a predicament. I'm probably going to keep them both for now. Just, But if there, I found this website online that it compares all the colors of the original 93 press, and it goes all the way from a really dark purple all the way to a really bright, vibrant orange, and then the pink in between, and it's like every shade you could possibly imagine in between. It's pretty cool. And then a good friend of mine, shout out to Jason. He has a YouTube channel called The Jazz Basement. He's an awesome guy, really good friend of mine. He knew that I was on a kick, and he had the Smashing Pumpkins Gish. This is an original UK, and he sold it to me for a super good price, and I super appreciate that. Love this record. Excited to have added that to the collection. Okay, this next record, I would say, is a grail. This is a record I've wanted my whole life. I can legitimately say since I really started getting into music, I wanted this record. And I even back then I knew about the different pressings and all that stuff. So this isn't the one, but it's close enough. This is original-ish Nirvana Bleach. So this is actually the second pressing on black vinyl. The first pressing on white vinyl goes for $5,000 or something, $3,500 to $5,000 is what they normally go for. And it was limited edition to 500 copies or something like that. The second pressing on black vinyl was 2,000 copies. And this is a pretty nice copy. Some of them came with like posters and an insert. This one doesn't have any inserts or posters or anything like that. But I got it for a really good deal, and it's in really good shape, other than it missing stuff. But it's got the cover and the disc, and they're both pretty clean. So, man, I just remember really getting into Nirvana when I was young. And, Nevermind was the first album I really got into because, I was getting into it when I was 12, 13, which was 2000, 2001. And so all this had already happened. But then, like, my friend was like, hey, like, Nirvana's first record's, like, real punk. That's what he told me. And he, like, we got CD and listened to it, and we were like, holy moly, this is pretty crazy. And I was kind of uncomfortable when I heard it. But then I grew to really, really, really love it. And there was years where all I listened to really was Nirvana. And I just got so... Every word of every song is so ingrained in my brain. I just love Nirvana. And it's been years since I really listened to them a lot, so it's been nice over the past, month or so to get back in. But, man, holy moly. Can't believe I have this. And, who knows, one day I may have the white vinyl version. That would be really awesome. So, this is a cool one. This is In Utero, and this is the first pressing on clear, Coke bottle clear. This is another one I've always wanted. I always knew that there was a first pressing on Coke bottle clear, and it's always been on my radar, but I've never been able to find one and put my feelers out there and end up finding one. So really killer stuff there. This one too. This is Nirvana Unplugged in New York. This is our first press on white vinyl. Been so I was excited to get this. Got a good deal on this. Just been like obsessed. Obviously you can tell I've been obsessed. And I have like more coming in the mail. I'm putting a hard stop on all my accounts, so I can't buy anymore. But this has already happened, so don't judge me. Great stuff. Obviously, this is another one. I listened to this a billion times. I absolutely love this record. As far as I'm concerned, the best MTV Unplugged ever. And then this one's really funny. This is Nirvana from the Muddy Banks of Wishkah. I had this as a kid and really liked it. I didn't understand why the songs were so much faster than the studio versions, but anyways, somebody traded this in at the shop like maybe a year and a half ago, and I got it, and I scanned the barcode, and the only thing that came up was the reissue of it, and I was like, okay, well, this must be the reissue. So didn't think anything of it. I was like, I still need a copy, whatever. And then I scanned it recently just to make sure, and the original popped up. So I did all the checks and looked on everything, and I think it's an original. Not sure. Really don't know. I think it is an original. It's really kind of hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it is. It feels like one, looks like one. It's good enough for me. Another one, shout out to Jay Fuller. Nice guy. He has been dangling this in front of me for 2 years. This is one that I have wanted for a while. This is Soundgarden Bad Motorfinger. Now, I did have one. Oh my gosh, this is a terrible story. I hate to even tell you. I had this exact pressing is a first U.S. pressing on gold vinyl. I had one autographed by the whole band, and I sold it like a week or two before Chris Cornell died. And I was like, dang it. No one saw that coming. We didn't know. And after that, obviously, his signature's gone up in value, and it's an irreplaceable record I'll never get back. I know the guy I sold it to, and he will never get rid of it. He's like a super obsessed with Soundgarden. He's got it framed and all this stuff. But man, I hate that I lost that record, but I sold it to pay rent, and it is what it is. We all do it. That was the only record I regret selling because I didn't get enough for it, and I'll never get it. There's no way I'll ever get it again. It was like their autographs were in this vibrant blue Sharpie pen. It just stood out really. It was just incredible. But anyways, so this is close enough. These are really hard to get on this gold vinyl. And I mentioned in one of my videos a few years ago that I wanted one if anyone had one. And he reached out and he's like, hey, what would you trade me for it? And we've been trying to come up with a trade for 2 years. We finally came to an agreement. So Jay, thank you so much. Glad to finally get that. My Soundgarden stuff is complete. Now I have all the Soundgarden original original vinyl. A couple of them I would like to get. A couple of them I have black vinyl that I'd like to get the color vinyl versions, but whatever. We're close enough. This is another one. Live Through This. Whole. I've listened to this album a little bit over the years, once or twice, and I always thought it was pretty good. Whatever. I was programmed to hate Courtney Love because of all of the Nirvana fans that I would hang out with, and they all, had their theories of Courtney's involvement in Kurt Cobain's death. Now, as an adult, I don't really think any of that is substantiated in any way. You can send me a comment and let me know that I'm wrong, but so I really was kind of shut off to Hole. And over the past couple months, I started listening to him a little bit more, and this album is phenomenal. It is incredible. I can't believe that I went my whole life on some stupid rumor excluding myself from such an incredible album. This came out in '94. And this is an original German pressing. I think they were only pressed in Germany. They might have been pressed in like Brazil too. I don't know, but found this one. It's unreal. But I'm glad to have the first press of it. Violet that song is incredible. Man, I love this record. Amazing. This is a crazy one. This is Dinosaur Jr. Bug test pressing. That is right. It's the test pressing on SST. I love Dinosaur Jr. to death. This is the label on it. Hold on. This just is a piece of paper. It's not connected to it or anything. But this is the label on it. It's got that Rainbow Records test pressing. I've seen quite a few like that, but this is the Bug. And man, I was thrilled to get this. Bug's probably my favorite Dinosaur Jr. record, and I've been looking for an original of it, and I guess this will do. I still would like to get an original with the cover and everything like that too. So this is actually water. Sorry, this is a little secret. I have toned back on the coffee for health reasons. I'm trying to get my health a little bit better. I want to live long for my kids. And so trying to used to drink like a lot of lattes, get espresso right in your bloodstream pretty quick. And I've stopped drinking lattes, which is great for my health. It's a good thing. So I haven't had one in a while. Next one is Melvin's Stag. It's a really cool record. I've been, revisiting a lot of Melvin stuff too. This is a really cool one. I've never listened to this one, never given it any time, got an original press of this. There's some really cool elements to this record. I love it. Awesome stuff. So that's most of the grunge, I think. Am I wrong? Is there more? Here's one. Ooh, there's another one. So what do we got here? Oh yeah. So this one is kind of funny. This is Pearl Jam, Lost Dogs. This is a Pearl Jam one that I've always wanted. They always have gone for $500 or $600, and it's been crazy. I took a chance on this bad boy on eBay. Someone had it up, and they said rough shape as is or whatever. So like you take what you get, no returns, whatever. And I took a gamble on it, and I got it for really cheap. And got it in the mail the other day and was pleasantly surprised. I thought maybe it's just dirty. It looks kind of dirty from the pictures, maybe not in such bad shape. So it's got some corner dings and spine. Actually, the spine's pretty sharp on it. But got it, cleaned it up, took all 3 records, cleaned them real good, and there's a couple of hairlines and stuff, but it's really not that bad. I mean, I think I could turn around and flip it for like more. But I'm not going to. I shan't. I am going to listen to it and cherish it. Really, really great, like comp of stuff of theirs. So been wanting that. This is Bardo Pond. Really cool. Like this is called Lapsed. Really cool. Like noise rock, like borderline shoegaze, and it's like shoegaze and grunge had a love child. And ran him through a meat grinder. That's what this would sound like. But this is a cool record. I really like this record. Fantastic stuff. So that's an original press of that. And then this is actually the last Soundgarden I needed. This is on black vinyl. And but you know, I really would like to get. There's a colored vinyl version that's kind of pretty rare. So, but Soundgarden holds a special place in my heart. I've listened to a lot of Soundgarden over the years, and I have a lot of Soundgarden records, and I've had a lot. This one is Dead Moon. So this is Stranded in the Mystery Zone. This is an original press on Tombstone Records. Been trying to track down some Dead Moon stuff. Frank Cole, the guy who's the voice of Dead Moon, he also sang in a group called Lollipop Shop, a psychedelic group, kind of a iconic psych record that everyone seems to want, that I don't have, and everyone else seems to have. But anyways, that's high on the list. And then there's this like hard rock, early 70s hard rock album called Zipper. Unreal, fantastic Stooges vibes to it. Frank Cole was the frontman of both of those, and then he goes on to he did some other things, but then he did Dead Moon. So I've been trying to get some Dead Moon stuff. Love his voice, really raw. It's like AC/DC, but a little more punk rock. Like AC/DC meets the Stooges. It's pretty good. If you can, that's a good description, and I feel like that will bait you to. You'll have to listen to it. This is Jungle Lady by Titus Oates. Really crazy story about this. Oh man. A guy came to the shop and he told me the story about how he found this record at 2nd and Charles outside in the free bin. He took the record to another record store and sold it to them. They then sold it to a friend of mine. A friend of mine bought it and sold it to me. And then this was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I'm sitting in the shop listening to it. And a customer comes in and they're like, what is this? I want this record. And I'm like, it's going to cost you. It's kind of expensive, rare record. And they were like, they threw me out an offer. And I was like, okay, done. So I sold it immediately because it was enough money to pay some rent and I needed it. So anyways, so then I immediately regretted it. I'm like, dang it, I'm never going to get this record again. And that customer actually a year and a half later brings it back and sells it back into the shop. So I ended up getting it back. This is the exact copy I was talking about. So it got sold 5 times. And man, it's a really killer hard rock record. It's got some cool elements to it. Definitely look that one up if you haven't heard it already. Titus Oates. I showed this in my Guns N' Roses video, but this is just Guns N' Roses EP. Really cool to have. Glad I have it. This is one that's eluded me for a while, for whatever reason. This is Cramps, Bad Music for Bad People. It's just a comp. It's not something that I should have wanted so bad, but when back in the day when I first started buying and selling collections, I've told you the story about this guy's house probably 1,000 times, but this guy had this house where he had all these late 80s, early 90s records, like a lot of punk, a lot of grunge, a lot of crazy stuff, and everything was $5 each. I ended up getting this record from him and not knowing who the Cramps were. I think I might have heard of them, but like I didn't really know who they were. Didn't know what kind of music it was or anything like that. And I expected it to be real hard, heavy, in your face, vicious, vile punk rock. Ended up getting it home and throwing it on. I'm like, this is not really what I expected. This is kind of rockabilly, and loving the record. I absolutely loved it. And in the course of selling my collection so many times, I lost that record, and I've been after it for a few years now. And I got this one for a good steal of deal. So, and just the artwork is just so spectacular. I love it. Just got this one. This is one of the last Lightning Hopkins records I needed. This is The Blues of Lightning Hopkins on the Prestige Blues label. There's another cover of this. It's like a white cover with him playing guitar on the front of it. But they both came out the same year. I believe it was 61. So I'm not sure which one's the first press, but because they both came out the same year. I think the other one's the first press. But I don't know. I don't really think it matters. It's okay with me. But really good Lightning Hopkins record. All of his stuff is incredible, especially on the Prestige Bluesville label. All that stuff is dynamite. Love it. I think Lightning Hopkins, he might be my favorite blues guy. Speaking of Lightning Hopkins, this is Lightning Hopkins Going Away. This is the Analog Productions repress of it, and it sounds incredible. Now, here's what I will say about these old Prestige Bluesvilles. They can be kind of noisy. You know, they don't have the best sound quality, and so to get the audiophile treatment on them is imperative. It's incredible. So this is a must-have. I don't know if they're still in stock on their website, but if they are, I would strongly encourage you go get one. I forgot to bring a record. Hold on, let me show you this record really quick. Oh man, there's a bunch of records I forgot to show. Holy moly, what am I doing with my life? What is this? Look at me. What a silly Billy I am. Yeah, okay, let me just pull these three out. Yeah, why not? I'll go for this one too. I'm not even going to edit this video. I don't even care. So, this is the original master recording. This one just came out. This is David Crosby. Man, this is on Super Vinyl. I'm really excited to listen to this. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm very familiar with this record and really excited that it got this super treatment. But the Super Vinyl is like a purer form of a quieter vinyl, which, you know, costs a little bit more, but I'm okay with it. I was talking about blues, and so this is why I thought of this. Wow, just got this. I've been wanting a first press of this forever, and ran across this one at a really good deal. This is a white label promo, original mono white label promo, and it is super near mint, super clean. Thrilled with this copy. One of the greatest blues albums to ever live. I'm not sure why this is in here, but it's Pearl Jam, so you know, I don't know why I grabbed that. This is another, I got an upgrade of this. This is Big Brother. So this is Ernie Joseph, and I believe one of his brothers is in it. But this is just an incredible record. This is Confusion by Big Brother. Not Big Brother and the holding company Big Brother, but this was a band that was kind of, it ended up evolving and becoming the prog band Giant Crab. Giant Crab blows, but this is a great record. Really hard and heavy hard rock, fantastic guitar work. I think they toured a little bit with the Allman Brothers, and maybe they opened for Kiss or something. I can't remember. The story's a little fuzzy in my brain, but I had a pretty rough copy of this, and I ended up getting an upgrade. So it's a great one. This one just walked right in the shop last week. Couldn't believe it. This is Sonny Rollins, Nuke's Time. You know, this is a decent, but it's a first press, and I really like the Blue Note covers, especially the ones that are like this, that are like the blue, and like just cool photograph. I mean, most of them are, but the blue tones I love on these Blue Note covers. But fantastic Blue Note release from Sonny Rollins. Thrilled to have this one and add it to the collection. Shout out to my friend Corey. He knew I was wanting this record, and he got an upgrade copy, so he gave me his old copy. This is back in '72, Bob Seger. Tremendous record. It's got the original version of Turn the Page on it. This is a Bob Seger like you don't know him. So very, very good stuff. If you like the raw side of Bob Seger, check that out. Another one from my friend at the Jazz Basement, Jason. He sold me a stack of records, like kind of as trades towards some future stuff. And this is one he threw in just because he knew I would like it. And this is an upgrade copy for me. This is Led Zeppelin Live on Blueberry Hill. This is a complete copy with the artwork, which is really hard to get with the artwork. So this is original trademark quality on. It's a double LP on this like yellow gold vinyl, and then it has the original sheet with it. That original artwork, the stamp, the sticker. It's a really nice copy. I've got a copy that's on color vinyl. I believe it's like blue and red, or red and green, or something like that. These are both gold. Just beautiful green labels. I love. These are hard to find clean. So a lot of its early trademark qualities are the only Zeppelin bootlegs I would really be interested in, because I have so many. But I have Going to California, like a perfect copy of Going to California, and now this. And then there's a mud. I'd like to get the early clean BBC mudslide. And then there's a couple others that are like trademark quality type things I'd like to get. But all my Zeppelin stuff, all my Zeppelin bootlegs, I don't really need many more. I've got most of what I need. But this is one, he surprised me. It was a very, very nice copy of that. Thrilled and stoked to get it. It's going over 30 minutes, and I don't care, because this is the Heavy Rotations channel where we don't care what time it is. So, buddy of mine brought in a stack of library records to trade and sell towards some stuff. So, this one is Tempo de Naja. So, this is Remingo Durkos, Italian composer. This is original first press. I believe it was 1971 or 2. But this is really, really, you wouldn't even think anything of this record if you saw it. It's very unassuming, but it's a library and it's very, very funky. There's 2 tracks on here in particular that are off the rails funky. Go to my Find This Record Instagram account. I just uploaded some tracks from this, but this is dope. Really killers. I mean, and this is a holy grail library record. Very hard to find. So out of the whole stack, this is the one I was pretty keen on. I wanted real bad, so ended up getting that one. Thrilled to have it. My library section is it's going pretty good. I need more. I'd like to fill the whole cube at least. I have a friend that has got a nutty library collection. Like he's got probably 400 or 500 library records. I'm not at that point yet. So this one is Spanish Moog. It's on this Cam label. There's some, a lot of these, there's some dud tracks and then there's some killer tracks. A few of these right here I'm about to show you are that way. Most of this is pretty good. But it's the Spanish Moog, so it's some Spanish, bossa nova-ish vibes. But there's some real funky Moog numbers in there as well. Love that label. This was also a killer one. It's called Disco Time. Some disco numbers on here. Some dynamite disco stuff. Where's my other? Here it is. And then you think, oh, they all kind of look the same. This is another one. Brother Rock and Sister Jazz on the Cam label. So the covers all look the same. If you don't know what library records are, I need to do a video on library records. Thing is, no one will care or watch it. But do some research. So library records are these musicians would get together and they would make soundtracks for film or commercials or whatever you need it for. And you could license this music and then they would give you the records to use. And so the records weren't available to the public, so they're super rare. They're really hard to find. And so to get these library records, collectors are wanting them because a lot of this music is funky and killer top level musicians playing this stuff. And it's kind of what they did on their free time. And it didn't pay very well or anything like that. But only diehard record collectors really even know about them. But they're cool. This is another one. Action Printing. This one is absolutely nuts. I would suggest looking this up. This is Teddy Lazary. That's him right there. I didn't know this existed before he brought it in, and he brought it in, and I was like, "Do you think I would like this?" He's like, "Put it on." I put it on. Literally, there's not many records like this. The first 3 seconds, I was like, okay, I'm done. I want this. This is amazing. Crazy synth stuff. Real funky. This is amazing. It's called Action Printing by Teddy Lazary, Lasry. I'll do a Find This Record post on this pretty soon too, because it is out of this world funky. And this is a perfect copy. Really nice shape. So as far as the one out of all these library records that I am enjoying to listen to most, it's probably this one. I've spun it 5 or 6 times. It's incredible. This one I haven't spent much time with, and I'm not going to talk much about. Same with this one. I thought I'd show it. This is the Conroy Recorded Music Library, Eurobeat, World at Work. Stereo Lab, I think, used some samples off of this. This one's a little bit hard to find and sought after. And it kind of is in that territory of that's just this. I need to pull that off. But, it's kind of in the territory of some of this stuff I don't really like, but there's like one track on it that's really good. So I don't know about this record. I'm gonna keep it for now for sure. But this Music de Wolf is like a really popular label. This one's called Moonshade. The track on here is called Gray Sigh, and it's funky. It's really killer. But yeah, another cool one. Don't know much about this one. Didn't listen to it much, but I'll get on it. This one is really killer. It's Finnish big band jazz, which is not like Herb Alpert or not Herb Alpert, but Lawrence Welk or anything like this. Really, really good jazz with some funk vibes to it. This one is fantastic, called No Comment. And then this one actually is maybe better, but not as expensive. This is called Finnish Design. It's really, really good, really funky. But it's called Esko Linavali Sextet. But, man, that's a cool one too. So, I'm getting into all kinds of weird stuff. Pretty much like when people bring stuff in the shop, I'll test drive it, and I'm like, I'm in for this, and I'll never see it again, so I'm going to keep it. April Orchestra Presente RCA Sound Volume 14. There's a bunch of different volumes of this. I think it goes up to like 30 or something like that. But this one's really good, funky, got a lot of really good guitar work on it. And this one is out of this world. I mean, like this, you would, like most people, if they saw this at a thrift store, they would not even give it 2 seconds. They'd be like, that looks lame. Sound Inventions, Klaus Weiss Rhythm and Sound. So Klaus Weiss is a really good rhythmist, percussionist. Fantastic stuff. And yeah, this is nuts. It's got some funky vibes to it, killer elements to it. Thrilled to have this one as well. So that's been my wormholes of collecting here lately. Hope you guys enjoyed it and hung on with me this entire time. Appreciate your time. We'll see you guys next time.